Hi guys, welcome to Vigil Wildemount Chronicles. I'm Victoria, and I'm gonna give you some announcements that I forgot that I had to do until right now. um, the first of which, am I even on? Yeah, I'm on. Wait, someone say something. Oh God, none of you are coming on. No one's. It's unmuted and nobody's audio is on. Oh no, it's not showing up on the. Oh no. So, um, huh? Uh-huh. Properties. Okay, someone say something.
Hello, hello,
Hello.
hello.
Okay, that did it.
Yay!
Hi,
Turning
y'all.
on and off always works.
Where are we?
Hi. Here's everybody. I did not have my audio output settings right. Thanks, Kristy, for the wisdom. And you know what? Thanks, Little Dragon Corp and Cardboard Castle Games for sponsoring us. Little Dragon Corp is a Canadian dice company that supplies all kinds of awesome tabletop gear. You can check out their Twitter at Little Dragon Co. 1 to stay updated on all their awesome products, and use the coupon code PROBONUS when you head over to littledragoncorp.com. You'll get 10% off of your order. And Cardboard Castle Games is a lovely game store local to the Evans, Georgia area. Please give them your patronage if you find yourself there, but if not, check them out online. And also, I don't remember where I heard this, but was it you? If you go to Cardboard Castle in Evans, Georgia, and you tell them that Proficiency Bonus sent you, they will give you 10% off.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so check it out. Also, don't forget to check out our other games. We stream every night here at Probo. We got 5e modules. We got 5e homebrew stuff. We have games that are not even 5e, at all, so we probably have something up your alley. And we also have a community Discord with public channels, so please check it out and come and hang out with us. And also, we just want to give a shout out and a thank you to Adrian Von Ziegler for some of the music that we use on Wednesdays. He's a very talented composer, and he has great content usage rules. And so you should check out his YouTube and his Patreon and support him if you can. I think it's Star Wars this week, right? I didn't want to go to you if you're eating some noodles. But yeah,
It is Star Wars this week, so tune in tomorrow for that to see me and Kristy.
I'm so excited for that Star Wars Visions thing that's coming
Me
out on
too.
Disney Plus. Oh, it
Me
looks so
too.
good.
Oh, is that like the anime?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
All those different studios are doing it.
Nice. Well, does anyone have any other announcements that they would like to make?
The world and setting that we're playing in is by the people at Critical Role, the wonderful minds of them and Matthew Mercer. So please check out their books and their shows. Wonderful people. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anybody else?
No, I'm good.
All right. So, Ink, would you like to do a recap?
I definitely wrote it right now. So, the party had been investigating a series of disappearances and appearances of these strange blood diamonds. And as we had been able to surmise, these blood diamonds were no good. They were made with necromancy and they sucked out all your blood. To what purpose, we didn't really know. So we had decided that we were going to wait out on the island where the abandoned lighthouse was and basically kind of see if anyone shows up, because we had found a tunnel underneath it that led to none other than Lady Ravenosa's wonderful little backroom storage area. And sure enough, she did show up, and we did totally fight her because she was totally a vampire. We followed the mist into the forest to where we found an abandoned cabin, and we went underneath into a tunnel system where we encountered a strange ritual site where these blood diamonds were being plugged into it to possibly, I think we said maybe summon open a portal or something. It was like kind of evil. More importantly, aside from Lady Ravenosa, the actual mastermind behind all of this was none other than a woman named Alana, who was Reksha's adoptive mother from some years back. She is a Firbolg tiefling who seemed to have had these vampires and vampire spawn under her control or influence of some sort, and she was trying to perform this ritual. The entire party sort of waited to see what Reksha was going to do, having not heard much about Reksha's past, and when Reksha decided to fight her, the entire thing popped off pretty quickly. Spells were thrown, there was some pretty dangerous stuff happening, but at the end of it all, Lady Ravenosa was a shriveled little husk of a skeleton, and Alana was dead. Her last words to Reksha being that he would regret this. And
Damn, you
then
don't
she
gotta remind
laid
me.
down into the earth peacefully with a smile. The party retrieved as many blood diamonds as they could, and Dumka did his best to collapse the ceiling and destroy the portal. We're taking the bodies of the culprits back to Oath to hopefully put an end to this whole affair. And then from then on, who knows? But that's where we're at. In the swamp. With some dead bodies and a lot of blood gems.
So as you all catch your breath, exiting the entranceway as like a large dust smoke filled exhaust pipe basically comes out of this what used to be a cellar of this cottage that was out in the woods. You all start to cough as you all exit the building to get out of the smoke. But that is where we will start today's session. The adventure is yours. You're currently carrying 2 bodies. One, of course, really isn't that big of a deal to carry because it's basically just bones and skin. But a couple of new items that you technically currently have not identified yet, but maybe. So, what would you all like to do?
I think Rex is trying his best to just like ignore the situation and like treat it as if he's just doing a job. So he's focused on like getting the stuff that they need to get like onto. I believe we took a boat here, so he's trying to get it back onto the boat to take back.
Correct. You have two like basically canoes.
Yeah.
All right, I
Getting
would help Reksha because like I'm not gonna talk about feelings either. I'll just help him out.
So you load up the 2 bodies onto the canoes, probably one on each.
Yeah.
So it's evenly dispersed. Seriously, what are you all doing?
When Tremayne puts Alana's body down in one of the Dumka will I guess I'll get in that one. So we go back and we just report everything to the Marquis, and then
Good
and
trade.
yeah.
Yeah, I like it. Trade.
Then it's just we can go home. Unless we still want to get some of those plants for our wonderful host.
Well,
How
guys,
hurt is it looking, by the way?
I'm good.
Oh, you're good.
So I don't think any.
I don't
Like,
think
is
any of
anybody
us got
really
that
low?
hurt.
I'm like 10 points down.
Yeah, I don't think anybody
Did
got
anybody
severely
keep-
hurt.
Did anybody keep track of mine at all?
Yeah, you were. What's your max at?
Good question.
60.
Because you
I
got
should have had my sheet open. 59.
59.
I'm
I
currently
think
at
that you-
53, but that was from the before
vampire.
session. Mhm.
Yeah, I think you really are only because she got in melee with you for a little bit, but Saren was kind of chewing on her
Yeah.
leg.
Mhm.
So I think
That's my
that
girl.
if anything, you're like high 30s. I want to say like 38.
I'll just put myself
39.
at 35 and call it a day.
Sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't believe anybody took a serious amount of damage. I think Dumka took the most. With the
I
Eldritch
took
Blast.
the most because she Eldritch blasted me.
So
Okay.
And I healed up.
If he's at like mid 30s, he's not gonna ask for any like healing or anything like that.
Nah,
He's
I'm
good.
good.
so you're going back to Oath then? Is that what the
Yeah,
plan
I think we should. I think we should go back to Oath anyway, just to like regroup. If we're gonna go back out and look for dangerous plants, maybe let's just do this one first.
Let's
Yeah.
get this leveled.
I feel like gliding through the swamps with like corpses in our boats.
Yeah.
I mean, doesn't bother me at all, but like I feel like some of the creatures might be like, oh,
It might
free
attract
dinner.
other creatures. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, Beckett, if you could just let Sarah know, like, you guys were doing such a good job. That was really, really cool moves. I know that she can't really understand me, but if you could just let her
He'll
know,
translate.
good job.
He'll translate and then he'll be like in Draconic, do you want me to start teaching you common? Would that make this much easier?
So as you look down to Saren, and what you haven't noticed is Saren has basically just been sticking close to you this whole time you got paralyzed and you weren't able to move. Really scared Saren, so she's
Oh,
been sticking really close to you. And as you speak to her, no, I'm fine. But are you okay? You stopped moving and it scared me.
oh, I'm fine, darling. Don't worry. We've got some very good people here.
Good.
I think that's proof enough that you can trust them with me. Yes.
She looks around at everybody. It's a step in the right direction.
Look up at. Look up at oh my god.
Tremayne.
Thank you. Why can't I remember her name? And he'll say she says thank you.
Nice.
Draconic is one of those languages that has a lot of words to say very little sometimes. Tremayne, why don't let's figure out how we're going to split up on the boats.
Why don't I go in
here.
your boat with you and you know.
And it would be nice if maybe we could have one more to navigate on, or we can just follow. All of the navigators are
Oh shit.
on the other ship.
Wisdom.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Stupid. All right, I'll go. I kind of like look at Reksha and I'm like, all right, I'll handle the dummies. You got a lot going on.
Okay, Mr. Minus Intelligence.
Hey, I know I'm dumb, but at least I'm wise.
Reksha will like nod, give like a little wave, get inside the boat, make some room for Beck.
And the little vampire, the little
Yeah.
chocolate grandma. Fish.
Yeah, he's like
Chocolate.
he's like looking
Nope.
down at her, and he's like, ugh.
We will. Do you want
I
to
was just gonna say, why don't you all go ahead and we'll follow after you.
Mhm.
It takes you a little while. I'm not gonna make you make a check for this. You will eventually find your way back. It does take a little bit because you were following a hunter's mark to get here in the first place. But you eventually do get back to Oath. Are you going to Lady Ravenosa's port where you got the ships? Or what are you all?
Oh, I
plan?
didn't think about the fact that, what if she had
Right.
other vampires working for her?
I was more thinking of the fact that the people who are working for her that's not vampires, and we just come here and we like
With her
toss
body.
this raisin on the dock, and we're like, "Here's your boss."
I think that we should just actually like come around the other side of Oath and go right to the Marquis with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we
Yeah.
have to
You
pay
can.
a fee for a boat. Well, actually, she's dead, so.
Yeah.
You can. There is other like places you can pull up on, that you wouldn't need to go to the port. So that's what you wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So yeah, you pull up on one of the sides. Pull the small canoes up onto the shore so they don't float away, and you are back in Oath. So now you are in Oath, carrying two bodies through the streets, as you are everybody that is all the citizens are making a wide berth around all of you and kind of like gasping, and they don't seem to recognize the Lady Ravenosa, but still you're carrying two bodies of two individuals.
And we also have a Drake.
Also, yes, you have your Sarens with you, so. But so you, very quickly, the guard comes up to you.
Can we talk to the Marquis,
Hello.
please?
What happened here?
We were
We need to speak
contacted.
to the Marquis.
Yeah, we were contacted by the Marquis to deal with all of the disappearances, and we solved them. We need to talk to him right now.
Oh, sure. Follow me. He starts saying, people go back to your business. Nothing to see here. Business of the city. And he keeps doing this as he's walking through the city, so that way people aren't getting too alarmed. Still walking through city with the bodies, still gonna alarm people, but at least it eases it some. But you actually you get led towards the center of town because it is starting to get late and about the time where the Marquis normally addresses the town. But as you all get to the town, how about you all just stay back here and to the side of this building instead of bringing these bodies into the middle of this town square. I will be right back. This other guard will stay with you. And this individual runs off. Not 5 minutes later, comes walking back with the Marquis. Hello there. Hopefully we have some good news. Looks over at everybody, sees the bodies, kind of squints, looks at Lady Ravenos. Is that who I think that is?
Yeah, she was a vampire.
What happened? A vampire.
Who do you think it? Oh, later. Yes. I didn't know who you thought.
Even in her troubled state, it's kind of. What happened? Why does she look like that?
one. I don't know.
Allow me.
I don't know why she.
Reksha will step forward and he kind of like has his hands in his lap, like just holding them politely, and he's just, we did the investigation as promised, and we found out that your lady Revenosa was working with another woman, who had a base out by an abandoned house in the marsh, and they were using these crystals. They were using the blood to open a portal.
So were they successful in opening this portal?
No,
Portal
they
to
were
where?
not.
Oh, thank you. Okay. That is very good news. You said the Revenosa was working with this woman here? Is that what
Yes.
Yes.
be honest, I did not expect it to be her, but... And you can see that the Marquis is in very visible, like, shock. She was very willing to help the town. I guess we will need to find a new owner for our port service.
I would advise perhaps maybe that if it can be helped, that people still take a little bit of time to not go out. I don't know if there are more of the diamonds still out there, or if what we did caused them to become inert. That's the right word, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Inert. But hopefully they won't be able to make any more. It didn't seem like there was anyone else involved.
It seemed like the main person capable of making them has been dispatched of, so as far as we're aware, you have nothing to worry about.
Well, thank you for your great service to Oath. I will get to my best people out searching for more of these things. I expect you did not find all of them, but I will relay the information to the town about staying vigilant and do not seek these out. I thank you. If you would like, I can. It's a little late. I can get you your money in the morning. Will that suffice? I mean, unless you all were leaving tonight.
Nah, that works for us.
Does it work for us?
Yeah, Beckett was like making a.
I mean, I can go get it now. It's just.
What, you want to leave now?
No, just want to make sure we have a payment now.
Oh, alright.
Just, because, like, otherwise we have to hold on to these bodies all night.
Oh, I mean, I could take the bodies now. Like,
I hope you understand.
We can go get your money. It's fine.
Yes.
Yeah.
We just want to be done with it.
Guards, please take the bodies, and if you would follow me, I will take you to get your money.
He's a vampire lord.
As you all are walking out of the city square where all these temples to all the different deities and gods are, he pulls over looks like a higher up in the guard service. Please, in my absence, give the nightly town meeting and say that everybody, we found the culprit. They have been taken care of, but still do not mess with any of these diamonds. There might be still some out there, but hopefully we should be going back to normalcy soon. And the guard, of course, right. And the guard starts heading towards where the stage is in the center of town. Follow me. And he starts leading you throughout the city. And he leads you to a big building that is what you gather is this town's maybe like town hall type of building. Please, you can rest in my office if you would like while I collect your money. And how many of these diamonds do you have? So I know how much to get.
That's a good question. How many were on those columns?
There was 5 on each column. You destroyed 2 or 3, I think.
You're muted,
We'll
BB.
say,
There was one column that didn't have all 5.
yeah, so there was. You all probably have 16, I want to say, if you took all of them.
Cool.
And then
Did you
there
all
was
take
the
the
And we
time?
also
Did you
had
take the time? Did you take the time to take them all out of the pedestals
I think
Yeah.
we did,
before
believe-
collapsing it?
I believe
Yeah.
Tremayne and
Yeah.
Beckett were
Yeah,
doing that while we
Yeah,
did the looting.
and Beckett would have, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you have 16 blood siphons. These are filled with blood siphons.
And we
Ooh.
found 2 in the swamp, so
Correct. Those
That's
were
8.
unfilled.
yeah, so there's 2 unfilled and 16 filled.
So we've got a total of 18.
18
Yep.
total.
I'm doing some math.
There was 50 per diamond, and then
So that's 900 gold.
we should have 500 for each of these dead bodies because they're the dead culprits. So that's 1,000. So 1,900.
And we investigated for 2 days,
So 500.
24.
24.
I'm assuming it's okay. You're all okay with being paid in platinum? It's just much easier.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
fine.
that's fine.
No, I hate platinum.
Just
Copper only.
give me
Oh God.
give me 5-10 minutes and I will be back. Please make yourself at home here.
Can you
I
imagine if we
actually
got paid
I
24?
only take money order. Fill out all the paperwork.
Yeah, it's got to be Western Union.
The Marquis is like, do you take Amex?
No.
We pull out our card swiper.
Bitcoin?
Yeah, let me just plug this in really fast. Sure, here we go. So you all are left in the office of the Marquis, and this is a fairly nice room. He has a few sofas here. Looks like a small, in between those is a coffee table, and a few bookshelves, a desk that's also a window looking out towards Oath. Behind the desk, behind his chair that's behind his desk. So you're more than welcome to make yourself at home here.
Beckett's probably
rest.
standing. Like, he probably has this, like, overly professional, like, demeanor and is refusing to sit.
Okay. Saren is right next to you still, kind of just sitting next to your leg, just so you like how a support animal would
Yeah.
sit next to you. Basically, is doing that right now. It's just
Aw.
doesn't leave your side, basically.
That's my girl.
But 5-10 minutes pass. The Marquis shows back up. I think this is correct. Hands one of you all, whoever opens their hand first, hands you all a sizable pouch of coins.
So there's 2,400 total?
2,400 gold, so it's, what is that, 240 platinum?
140 platinum.
Plus the platinum that you all found from the other place, of course. You didn't, you all keep that.
So we, not counting the platinum that we found, we each get 48 platinum.
Nice.
There you go.
I can quick figure out how much of the other gold is split up if everybody would like me to do that as well.
Sure.
I can do that.
Is there anything else that you all needed to fill me in on, or is that it for again, thank you for your service.
Thank you for your coin. Lady Ravenosa had a tunnel from her business to the abandoned lighthouse. We never figured out what exactly I think it was just so that she could leave town without anyone noticing.
Thank you for that info. I'll have my guards look in on that. I'm going to have that whole business investigated to make sure that she was the only one. If not, we'll arrest anyone that was her accomplice. So, thank you.
Of course.
I will. Your group's name was the Iron Line, correct? I will. If anybody asks for good mercenaries or individuals looking for work, I will send them your way. I appreciate your hard work. But if that is all, I think that is. I will see you out.
Thank you.
Takes you all to open his office door, lets you all leave. You exit through the entrance of the town hall again, back out into the streets of Oath, where the sun is starting to set. But it's up to you what you would like to do.
Should we go through the items that we found on her person? No.
Probably.
How's Reksha look?
I mean, he's doing all right. He's just business face.
I mean, we're going to have a lot of travel before we even get back to the coast, and then we still have to get the ship. There's time if people want to rest.
True. Derek, quick question.
Yes.
There is a rule in the book that allows for items to be identified if you spend an entire short rest messing with it and doing so. Do you allow that rule, or do you say that everything has to be identified magically?
I do allow the rule.
Okay.
However, if you do that, it counts as you attuning to the item.
That's fair.
And also, you do not learn if there's any negative effects until the effects take place.
What happened to me?
So, but yeah, that is a rule that you can totally do.
Okay, cool.
Also, Chel, I know you weren't here last week. The group also found a bag of gems. How I do gems is instead of like saying, "Oh, you have 2 diamonds, 2 emeralds, whatever they are," I give you a set amount of what each gem is worth, and then say you need a emerald for a spell component. You can say, "Hey, there's an emerald in this bag. You have an emerald, but now you're down to 7 gems."
Okay.
So basically, it's just a way. It's easier for me.
Yeah.
I think it's just easier that way.
Yeah, no, that's really fair. Cool.
I think you all had 8 gems. They were worth
Schrodinger's gems. I think it's
500.
6, 8.
6 gems worth. It was 6 gems worth 500 gold pieces.
So basically, we know we have 6 gems worth
Correct.
500. So if I'm like, "Hey, this spell requires a diamond," we have a diamond because it's of those
Correct.
gems. Okay,
Yeah.
just making sure I understood. Perfect.
Of course,
Schrodinger's.
unless it's like a super like rare gem, like
Yeah, no,
like a
of course.
blood diamond or like a you know something super rare, then of course it wouldn't work then.
Yeah, but just like common like diamonds,
Yeah.
emeralds, sapphires, that kind of thing.
But exactly.
Cool.
Dumka looks in the bag.
Gotcha.
Wow, this is a big old pretty bag of redacted.
It's just a whole bunch of just rainbow colors, like blinding. You don't even know which gems are which. But yeah. So, are you all heading back to Agatha's to sleep, or?
And
Or are you
outside of
all going-
Agatha's, I will go there.
Okay. I mean, did you all want to head back there? Did you all want to do something else? What was the plan?
At least when we go to bed.
Yeah.
Anyone have any?
Dumka just kind of keeps looking at like his brother and Reksha, and it's just kind of like, so we're not. He's not saying this, but he's like thinking to himself. He's like, so we're not gonna talk about this.
Reksha's going to, if he can, he's going to walk up to Agatha and he's going to offer to make dinner.
Says you all come back into the house. She of course greets you all. Welcome back. Welcome. Are you sure? I don't mind making dinner. How about I help you? Would you like some help?
You should sit and relax. It would be my pleasure.
Okay, sure. That is totally fine with me. And she just sits down into her nice comfy sofa chair that she has by the hearth, and looks like she's just reading some kind of book, and is there if you all need anything. So.
Beckett's gonna be outside.
Okay.
He'll come in to eat. He's not like hiding from everybody, but he's just like outside at the tent that he has set up.
Okay. What is everybody else doing? Any other?
I do have a thing, but I want everybody else to be able to go first because it's just short.
I'm just vibing.
Just vibing. Okay.
Yeah.
Dumka, Zach.
Yeah, I'm probably spending some time with Pause, maybe like doing some training with her, but otherwise probably just sticking close to the hut.
I do want to remind you, Zach, you did pick up an amulet from Alana.
I did? Oh
Yes.
shit. Hang on. My luck.
Oh shit.
Oh
You did pick
shit.
up she was not wearing around her neck, she had it around her waist.
Oh.
So, but it was an amulet that you found.
Alright, yeah, I'll bring it to maybe my brother. Maybe he knows what this is. If it's magical or if it's just pretty.
Dumka. So Zach brings you this amulet. It's a nice looking amulet. The gemstone is a ruby that pretty nice size, probably about that big around, with a gold casing, and just meets up to the top with like a rather long gold chain around it because it was fitting around her waist, not her neck.
What do you make of this?
He's probably like in Agatha's like living or sitting room, and I think you said that she's kind of got like a pretty open floor plan.
Yes, she does.
So he just kind of he's looking at Reksha just like cooking in the kitchen. In the kitchen.
In the chicken. Yeah, he's cooking inside the chicken, which is her stove is in the shape of a chicken, which is really strange, but no.
I love chicken.
She's a hag. It looks like a nice bit of jewelry. It's probably worth a lot. It's got a big, ruby.
You think it's
That
magical?
is. I don't have detect magic or identify.
I will.
He just sort of wiggles.
You can make an Arcana check to see if it's magical. This won't tell you what it does, but it doesn't count as you attuning to it either.
And it won't tell us like what kind of magic it does. It is.
It's
like,
just basically sensing if this item has any magical properties inside of it.
He'll put his hand over. He goes, well, so I mean, I've been noticing, sometimes if I like hold my hand over something magical, or at least really, really, really expensive, I get like kind of like a tingle. I get kind of like an itch under the scale. So to see.
Go ahead and make a Arcana check for me.
I sneeze sometimes when there's evocation.
Are you itchy, brother?
That's a 7.
I guess not.
Yeah, you put your hand over it. You just try to feel any kind of like electricity pulling out from it, or if any kind of like heat coming from it, and unfortunately you're just not able to tell.
Zach is observant. He's like doing this, but then he like he's still looking at Reksha.
Preoccupied, yeah.
All right, so I just like throw up, toss it, catch it. I'm like, all right, well I guess it's just fancy, and I'm just gonna take it and go.
Okay.
Don't sit down with it for too long in case it like gets absorbed into your skin painfully.
All right, I don't need to hear that from you.
Learn from my mistakes.
I do. I watch. All right, I'll see it. I'm going outside.
I grab you by the arm. Hold on.
What?
I don't think the direction is okay.
Yeah, I kind of noticed that. I was trying to just give him space, but you try to talk to him.
I mean, you were the one that.
Yeah, you really think that means I should go talk to him about it?
No.
I've been trying to give him space, man. Like, what am I supposed to do?
Hey, he's
Bro.
doing. He's.
Bro? What do you want from me, bro?
I mean, whenever Reksha would get very stressed out about work at the temple, he would always come over and be like, I baked some bread. I made a casserole.
Mm-hmm. That's it. Maybe that's his form of therapy. Let him go through it. I don't know, man.
Beckett's right there with you, bud. Like, I don't know. Let him fucking do his shit. I don't know.
He needs to go through it. Like, I'm not gonna stop him.
Maybe you weren't the person to go to about interpersonal feelings talks. Here's the issue, though. I'm thinking about the people that I know.
Yeah.
The person I would talk to about something like this is Reksha, because the other options are Tremayne,
Yeah.
Beckett, Saren.
Oh, hey, you haven't tried that avenue yet, have you?
Saren is not as polite as Beckett makes Saren out to sound.
Well, maybe that's what Reksha needs to hear right now. It's a not polite version of what he needs to hear.
I don't agree.
I don't know. Talk to Saren about it.
Your mother's dead. Get over it.
Just
She wouldn't say that.
I don't think she'd say that, but
She'd be like, hey, your mom tasted good when I bit the shit out of her.
We'll have a piece of her in her teeth.
Oh my god.
her blood runs through my veins.
Oh no, she wouldn't be like comforting, but she wouldn't be like, your mom fucking sucked, dude.
I mean, I feel like she'd kind of find the middle ground of like,
Yeah.
most children do outlive their mothers. It's only natural.
She'd be logical about it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So there's an avenue you haven't tried yet, brother.
He slumps back into like the armchair.
I gotta just ruffle your hair.
I love the Beckett. She's not as polite as Beckett makes her out to be.
Just let him cook for a little bit, and then
I'll let him stew with his stew.
yeah, stew is a stew. Just
Looks over and he's not making stew.
and as I'm walking out, if I see Sarah, I'm like, I just walk on. You got this.
She gives you a side eye. As you all have been communicating and talking and not talking in this space, Agatha, every couple 5 minutes or so, you see her lift her eyes, peer at the room, go back to her book. Looks like she's trying to judge the
vibe.
The room. Yeah, the vibe. She definitely senses. You can tell that. Yeah, she's definitely anybody that's paying like Beckett or Zach. You all can definitely tell that she's pretty good at reading people, at least from what and yeah. So she's just kind of reading the room right now, but.
And I'm sure she heard that entire brother conversation.
Yeah,
and
you were right next to her.
It was. I mean, it's better than most old people who just do not care about the tone of the room at all.
At all.
And they just do their own thing.
Just.
So I think Beckett, I think that is we'll come back to you. You said you had something to do?
Yeah, it's just really simple. So he's probably outside at the tent that he has set up. And he's probably like, I don't know, sharpening his sword or something.
Okay.
But he's gonna say, I don't necessarily, I'll call it the only word I can think of to call it, but it's not necessarily what it is. A little prayer.
Okay.
And he's not saying it out loud or anything, but basically, the prayer is, the gist of it is, I don't really have anyone to pray to anymore. So if anybody's listening, please just give Reksha some peace.
Oh.
And if anybody is listening, maybe talk to me, because that'd be great.
Just sort of like a little like combo.
Make a religion check for me. We'll say this is
Okay.
a wisdom religion check, not an intelligent one, though.
Okay. What is my wisdom modifier?
And of course, if you're proficient, you can add your proficient to it.
Maury is like, yo, I didn't mean to traumatize him.
That is a 16.
16?
Mhm.
All right. Thank you.
Mhm.
Let me write that down for a second.
But when food is like ready, he'll get out. Like he's not like hiding
Yeah.
or anything. He's just, he likes to be alone, so he's just doing the introvert thing.
Mhm.
Zach is also doing the introvert thing with pause.
The extrovert having to sit in the living room like,
Tremayne was probably like polishing blood off of her armor and completely missed like everything that was happening with the brother conversation. It was just like
Yeah.
cleaning her armor. It's just sitting there and is like probably just like looking at Dumka like
Vibing.
And if Theron's with me, I'll like
Yeah.
polish her scales, or like if she has any like loose ones from the battle, he'll like make sure that they're removed so that she's not uncomfortable and itchy.
As you finish your prayer, you see, as you open your eyes back up, you see Saren looking at you. What are you doing?
Praying, I think.
You just had the weird look on your face I haven't seen, so I was just curious.
I don't really have anyone like I used to talk to, so I'm feeling things out.
I am always here, of course, Beckett. Kind of
Are
gives
you
you
doing
like
okay?
a little head nudge against your leg. I am fine.
Are you sure? We've been traveling pretty much non-stop. This is the first time we've been able to settle.
I quite like traveling, actually, but I would prefer that I think I need to get you in more shape. I'm getting tired of having to protect you all the time.
Excuse you?
So maybe some more training is in order. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. And if a Drake could smile, you get the sense that Saren is smiling right now, kind of just like poking fun at you.
Are you telling a joke?
No. That's you really. I do think some more training is in order, but
No, you're telling a joke. You're trying to tell a joke. You're trying to be funny.
I don't. I do not. I do not.
Oh,
do
but
jokes.
I think that's what you're doing.
No.
He's poking fun at her too.
Okay.
He'll just hang out with her.
Okay. As you start to clean her scales, she starts to, in certain spots, lean into it because it feels good, kind of like how a dog or a cat would do. And
Yeah, he's just taking care of her.
as Zach walks away from Dumka, Agatha again looks up from her book, looks over at Dumka. Is Tremayne in the room also with them, or is she outside with Beckett?
I think she. I mean, I had
Okay.
said she was just like sitting. She was just sitting in the living room, like.
So you also would hear this, but I guess it looks up towards Dumka. I can't help but notice that the air here is a little different than it has been. Is everything okay? Did something happen? Can I help in any way?
Reksha had we ran into his adoptive mother. And,
Oh no.
I don't think things didn't go well, and he hasn't really said anything about it.
So did something happen? What is it? A good meeting? Bad meeting? What?
I do not believe that they have had a good relationship.
That is unfortunate. She looks over at Reksha as Reksha's still cooking dinner. Thank you for the information. She will look over towards Tremayne, see if Tremayne wanted to say anything, and if not, she'll stand up.
Family is complicated. And it seems like Reksha's relationship with his adopted mother is one of the more complicated relationships that I have ever seen. And I would know my family's kind of like a mess.
Family can definitely be a mess. Again, if you all need anything, just let me know. I am more than willing to help in any way I can. And she stands up from her chair, sets her book on a little stand that's next to her chair, and then walks over towards Reksha. And Reksha's over there probably cutting up some kind of vegetable or whatever Reksha is cooking. She walks over, just stands next to you, looks up to you because of course you're very much taller than her.
Yeah.
She looks up to you and she puts her hand onto your hand with the knife and just gives you a little pat.
Oh.
You sure you don't want some help? I can help cut things, and you can just tell me where you would like them, or I can get some spices for you.
He lets out like this sort of like deep kind of sigh, almost, and he'll just kind of say, "If you have any extra lemons that you could cut for me, that would be perfect."
Of course, I can. Yes, that is totally doable. And she walks and grabs a lemon, walks back over towards you, grabs a small knife, sets the knife back down, and then puts her hand around your waist. Family is very difficult here, and gives you like a pat on the side, and starts cutting the lemon. But if anybody else doesn't have anything else to do, we will skip forward a little bit, and dinner is served. Everybody can come in and eat. And then, is there anything anybody wanted to do before we take a long rest?
Nope.
Does people want to identify things? People want
Yes.
to... Yes?
I have, so one of the notes that we have from like the loot is that there were several sacks inside of the coffin.
Correct.
Do we know what was in them? Was that the diamonds?
Yes, that was the gems and the money.
Ah, okay,
So
MVM.
you get the sense that the actually it wasn't Alana that was rich. It was Lady Ravenosa that had the money.
So Mommy Milky
It's
had
her belongings.
a sugar mommy.
Yes, that's those sacks were the ones filled with the gems and the platinum. So
Since we're about to go to bed, Reksha's willing to use the rest of his spell slots to like identify anything anyone needs identified.
technically, you still have to identify the bag that you have and the iron flask, even though I told you what those were, but technically you still need to do those.
Yeah, I'll start with those.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I'll probably bring over the medallion that I have just to double check that I'm not sleeping with something nefarious.
So yeah, you identify those two items, and they are bag of devouring and iron flask.
Do we know what's
You
in
know
the
that
iron
it
flask?
contains something. You don't know what,
But we know it's full?
but it has something inside of it. Yes.
Okay.
What was your question, Victoria?
I was asking if we would know what was inside of it, but you just answered it.
No. Yeah, you don't know. You know something's in it, but you don't know what it is. And then Reksha, are you going to identify the amulets also?
I'm gonna look to see if I recognize it first.
This is actually something that you do not recognize. It's not something that you've seen when you lived with Alana. So,
Mommy Milky has new tricks. Okay, I'll try to identify it to see if it's anything special.
it is indeed something special.
Ooh.
Let me
It's a good thing you have identified because Zach was actually going to attune to it tonight if no one had it.
let me go ahead and I forget we have these things down here at the bottom. Just send it here.
Roll 20.
There you go, Graph. You have a new item that you can look at. If you want to reveal it to the party, you can. If you don't want to, then that's up to you.
Okay.
Wait, is this on? Oh, roll 20. Oops.
It's on D&D Beyond. No, I sent the link to Graph specifically, and then if you all want, if Graph wants to share it, then they can. So.
Okay.
So after he finishes identifying it, and then he like looks at Zach, and then he looks back down at it, and he was like, "Were you planning on attuning to this?"
I mean, if we can't figure out what it is, might as well.
Well,
Is it magical, or is it just something fancy that we can get money for?
it is indeed magical, but I don't think that it would benefit you all that much. You have to already have a penchant for magic to get the most use out of it.
What is it?
I mean, well, do I have to cast any spells, or is it a specific class? Because I can cast spells. Or is it a wizard item?
I can cast a spell. Let me attune to it.
Either way, among its effects, it seems to be sort of like a lucky charm. Out of character, if you fail a saving throw, you can add a d4 to the roll. You can use the effect 3 times per long rest.
Is that like a bless?
Huh? It's kind of like
a bless,
but you use it when you fail a saving throw.
Three
Okay.
uses of it.
Yeah, you can do it 3 times. You get
Does
to add
it recharge, or is it just like 3 times and then it's done?
all uses recharge after a long rest.
Oh,
Cool.
okay.
That's cool.
So it's
It also
like 3
acts as
times
a spellcasting focus.
Yeah, and it also
Oh,
acts
so it is
as a
okay,
spellcasting
okay.
focus.
So you or my brother could use it then. Maybe Beck? Does Beckett have magic? Yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah, so out of you 3 could use it.
I don't want it. And he's gonna hold it back out.
Alright, I take it. I kind of figured, but I thought I'd ask.
Just put this into the loot section, and anybody that wants it, that is what it's called. So it does acquire attunement. But there you go.
I don't think Beckett would want it. So if anybody else would like to lay claim to it.
Yeah, so I'll go like this in front of my brother.
The thing you can change the magical part is the amulet itself, the chain. can be changed out. So if you actually want to change it into like a necklace, you can. You just have to find a smaller chain for it. She was just wearing it around her waist for whatever reason.
Fashion
I
statement.
mean, if you're going to dangle a magical ruby inlaid gold neck,
If you don't want it, I'm gonna keep it. All right. I like move it the first time, and then the second time I give it to him.
he takes it, but he does kind of like look at Reksha because he feels bad.
Reksha
we-
doesn't want it. I don't think Beckett wants it.
Do we need to identify Lady Ravenosa's like armor and sword? I don't know if we.
You didn't keep the armor. The armor was on the body.
Damn.
I'm
No,
just go.
You could have kept the swords if you wanted to.
Yeah.
She had a rapier, and a dagger. Correct.
I was since I was going to say since my brother dangled the necklace out to me, I was going to give him the whip.
Oh right. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. Well, it's just the whip like head because she
tied it to her hair.
She had it onto her hair.
Oh.
If you remember correctly, she was using her hair as like the whip part.
Right.
She used her hair as a whip, and it like stabbed through Beckett's like leg.
Yeah.
Kind of messed up.
That's weird.
It was really.
Yeah, she kind of like,
Yep.
and it like.
Think of her hair as like a scorpion tail is what she was kind of using it like. So
Yeah,
That's weird.
it was weird.
What am I gonna do with this?
you can attach it to an actual whip if you would like, and it is a
Wasn't it like
it's
a whip of
technically
certain death?
It's considered a whip of certain death, which basically any person you hit with it cannot regain hit points until the start of the next turn.
Shit.
Pretty good.
It's also pretty cool.
You just have to find a
just
way
gotta get
to
a whip.
attach it.
All right.
So, which a whip wouldn't be very hard for you to obtain. So,
Yeah. that should be fine. I could use. Monks can use whips, right?
They're
simple weapon.
yeah. I don't...
They're
Maybe.
finesse.
I gave it to you because I think that monks should be able to use whips, but now I'm actually not sure.
I'm
If
actually. not sure.
if it's a simple weapon, I'm pretty sure most can wield them, right?
I think they're actually like martial weapons because
Oh,
I
are they
had
martial?
because Talus has a whip, but that was something that I like specifically asked if I could be proficient in from the start, and I've literally never used it. I just like to have it.
That's so. Unfortunately, I don't think
Right.
Zach would be proficient in.
Yeah,
You still use
that's
it.
martial. I could
You can
use.
still use it.
Yeah, you
it's
still
just
use
you
it.
wouldn't
I
get your
think-
proficiency bonus.
I think of all of us, I'm pretty sure that Beckett and Tremayne are the only ones that are proficient in martial weapons.
Martial weapons, yeah.
Yeah, correct. Because
Actually, that's
Reksha
true.
had to train to get them all proficiency. So
So does Beckett or Tremayne want this thing? Because I can't use it.
Does Tremayne want it?
I like my swords. My swords do a lot of hurting.
I'll take it. I don't know if he'll use it yet, but I'll take
Okay.
it. You said it's a
Yeah.
whip of certain death?
yeah, it's
Yeah,
a whip of certain death.
Okay.
You just have to get the whip part. You have like the end stabby part for it. So
I don't. It's fine. I don't need anything. It's great. I got money. Oh, speaking of, Victoria, can you do? I will just text message you.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna send you. Zach's putting money into the Iron Line,
Oh,
but every time we get paid.
he's literally the only one. The rest of us are assholes.
Well, yeah, because he looks at it like this is my baby. I gotta invest in my business.
Yeah, let me know how much you're sending, and I'll put it in the inventory.
In like a month or so, big money coming in from Dumka.
Let's put in.
all right. So since we have everything situated, I think everybody is good to take a long rest now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know what? Let's plug it. I'm gonna have to put it.
So you all have a nice meal with the help from Reksha and a little bit of help from Agatha. Identify
Reksha
these
probably.
items.
Reksha probably made too much.
Probably. You do see Agatha takes basically wrap up some leftovers and exit the house after dinner. Seems like she's taking a little bit of the extra food somewhere. looks like she's taking some of the extra fruit somewhere. She packed up a little like to go box kind of thing and left the house and said she'd be back.
Where's this old lady going?
I don't know. She's going for a walk in a town that she lives in.
You cannot trust old ladies. Oh my god. We're about to get super
Did
killed.
you want to follow her?
No!
Okay. But about an hour passes, she returns without the box, and she gives everybody a good night and heads to bed. Everybody can grab a long rest.
Yes.
I'll pull out this amulet. I take the chain off.
Okay.
Um,
There is a little loop, so you can like attach it somehow to your. I don't know if you have an extra chain or like a necklace already, or
I mean,
you can
yeah,
wrap
I've
it through a
got,
sash technically, and like you wrap it around your right waist if you want to do that.
I've got like,
way.
I've got like 5 million places that I could attach it. I was thinking maybe I would attach it to Casimir.
Sure, yeah, that's definitely something that you could do. You could attach it at some point.
Yeah.
And
I
you could
think-
probably attach
like-
it right now. It just probably wouldn't be super stable.
It's like one of those
But-
little cell phone charms, like the little Winnie the Pooh charms
Yes.
wearing the animal suits that you would get out of the vending machines at movie theaters. He's got like a
Yeah.
little charm.
Little keychain, basically.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe like taking that little hook and like heating it a little bit and then just basically attaching it to the pommel.
Okay. Sure. Like I said,
And-
it probably won't be super secure until you get back to an actual forge, but
An actual
you can make it to where it's situated there.
And
Now, of course, if you change the form of Casimir, might
pop
fall
off.
off, but you know.
Yeah, which is fine.
Yeah.
He doesn't like anything to be permanent. All of my attunement slots are full because there's one stuck in my throat.
Right. You know.
So any other things, I can't use it.
Unless you choose to change attunement.
Well, yeah, but one of these he can't unattune to. One
Sure.
of these is his
weapon.
like his sword that is his family's sword. So it would only be this amulet is what he would draw. But maybe we'll see.
I think that is probably a good place to take a break for the night.
Yeah, sure.
They're almost 9:00,
Yeah.
and we'll be back in 5-10 minutes. So. Yes, we are back. Thank you for waiting. So, we are picking up right after a long rest. Everybody wakes up in the morning feeling refreshed. Reksha probably not as much, just from
But
the
I'm
events
doing
from
great.
the day before, but everybody gets a long rest.
Um,
And what would y'all like to do?
So I'm just gonna preface that this is something that Beckett's gonna start doing every morning.
Okay.
I feel like, given his old circumstances, the morning is a more appropriate time for him to like pray than night, like a lot of people do, like before bed, because it would be like a ritual to get up and go to the place where this being was, and
Sure.
like commune. That's not the correct word. So every morning he's gonna start throwing out a little prayer, kind of just like a hello, if anybody's listening, I would really like some guidance, or if anybody's there, just like a reason to that there's other beings that I can have this same reverence for, because I feel kind of lost, because he was kind of like ripped away from this situation. Just like every morning, just kind of, and like maybe just like a little bit of like, here's how my day went yesterday, or that kind of stuff, like he normally does, but he's gonna kind of do that every morning now.
I will keep that in mind. Thank you. Anybody else? Anyone else want to do anything in the morning?
Reksha probably will try to get up early, and he's gonna try to start making breakfast for everybody before everyone wakes up.
Okay. So as you wake up, you are currently sleeping in the communal area, because that was like basically the only place that you could fit, unfortunately, if you remember correctly, and you were sleeping by the hearth. As you wake up, you actually start hearing. Didn't wake you up, surprisingly, because you normally have really good passive perceptions and that kind of thing. Agatha's already in the kitchen starting to make breakfast.
Damn it.
She sees you awake. Good morning.
Good
How
morning.
did you sleep?
Decent enough.
You wouldn't be lying now, would you? It's okay
No.
if you didn't sleep well.
It's only because your house is a little too small for me, but it's not a problem.
I am sorry that this house wasn't really built for someone of your size. But would you like to help me make breakfast for one? You like to cook, correct?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, come over and help me. And she goes about continue to make breakfast for the group and for herself. Yeah. Everybody else eventually wakes up to the smell of food being cooked in the kitchen. Everybody comes into the kitchen, sees Reksha and Agatha both cooking. This time, though, Agatha is taking the lead, and Reksha is helping her.
I cook
So,
to cope.
everybody sits down. Agatha also grabs a seat. If you remember correctly, there's not that many chairs here, enough for maybe 4 people around a table. So she lets you all sit at the table, and she goes to sit at her chair, and like just turns it a little bit facing towards you all. So what's your all's plans today?
You know, that's a good question. Guys, what's our plans for today?
Are we heading back? Or
I believe that we have to thank Miss Agatha for all of her kindness and get her those plants that she asked us for.
If you young people are a little too busy, that's totally understandable. You being here keeping me company was all the things I could ask for. So if you all have pressing business that you have to attend to, don't feel like you have to accommodate my requests. So.
You
How-
said one of those herbs were guarded. Well, they grow near basilisks, correct?
Well, they don't necessarily grow near them. They're basilisk's favorite food. They love the plants. So typically, if you go about it in the right way, you don't run into any of them. But
Oh, this
there's
is the
always the
willow
chance.
shade, right? The willow
Correct.
shade
Willow
oil.
shade, oil,
The
and
one that
then
makes the
The willow shade oil.
There's
the one that and it makes that's the petrification.
Yeah.
So it's willow shade oil, theki root.
You've already gotten all those. It's
We-
just you haven't gotten the willow shade oil.
The
That's
willow
the-
shade
gotten
oil
the
is the
others.
rare one. We got her the
Yeah.
other ones. We got
Yeah,
her
those
the
are the more
figure root.
common
We got her the.
Buy willow shade oil because I have it in my inventory.
Yeah,
You did.
we
You
bought
bought
some
you bought
too.
it from her.
That's
Okay,
why
We
she
got it from
needed.
her, so we were gonna go
That's
get
why
her
she
more.
needed more because we basically bought her out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we could make like a quick stop and try to grab some on our way, before heading out.
Again, you don't have to. You don't have to worry about it. I promise. It's okay. But of course, I'm not gonna say no to you all's help. I'm just.
You most
Don't
definitely
feel-
are not, Miss Agatha. You are too kind. You have let us into your home. You have shared with us your food. You have given us wonderful advice. We will be getting you the willow shade oil.
I appreciate it. It's, keeps me from making a trip out there.
Yeah, just like give us a couple hours and then we'll take care of it.
Just to be very careful. Again, just try to avoid the basilisks if you can.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
I suppose we could try to avoid them, yes.
Maybe I need to take off my armor for this.
They typically the basilisks here are a little different than the other ones. These actually like the water. They're kind of like the alligators, where they will hide in the water and look like wood or mud, and then surprise people.
Amphibious basilisks.
They're not really from my understanding, they don't necessarily breathe water. They sit on the surface to where their nostrils are above the water.
Really.
But they're just
Interesting.
really hard to discern from mud or a log.
Tremayne, you're
Just be
nowhere
careful.
near that deceptive.
I don't look like mud.
Is
Not
there
all Earth Genasis look like mud.
That's not what I was implying, but you are right.
I feel like there's something going on there that I don't know necessarily. But hopefully breakfast was good, and she starts picking up some plates from her body and taking them over to her sink.
Thank you, Miss Agatha, for breakfast.
Of course. I will have some lunch ready for you all for your trip. Are you leaving today? Is that what I heard?
I think most likely we'll at least be getting ready.
Well, I can make some little meals to go for you all, if you all would like.
Thank you.
So
How are we
get
supposed
the
to
willow
be
shade oil, we come back for lunch and hit the road?
How are we supposed to get even with you, Miss Agatha, if you then put another kind deed on top of it?
I don't like to keep score of the deeds that you do for someone, so we are even.
Well, I think we have some boats that we didn't return, so
Technically, you did, yeah.
Yeah, well, shit out of luck for her.
Yeah, the boat keeper's dead.
Yeah, I had no
And
intention
you
of
do-
returning the boats anyway, honestly.
You do have a maps that leads you. If you don't want to take a boat, that leads by pathway of land also, or you can go by water. It'd probably be faster by water. So
to get to the Willow Shade?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just do it.
Yeah, we can
I'm-
steal their boat for another day. What are they gonna do?
What are they gonna do? Charge us? She's dead.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
take off my armor and I'm gonna put it
Huh?
in my backpack.
Okay, so,
So I'm not-
Are you carrying it with you, or are you gonna leave it here to pick up later?
I'm just putting it like in my backpack. Can I do that? Is that a thing?
Unfortunately, full plate.
No,
doesn't
it's
necessarily
chainmail.
fit-
No, it's chainmail.
Oh, it's
My plate armor
Okay.
is like that's like I wear that
True.
when I'm fancy.
right. Chain. I would say you could probably fit it in. It's gonna be a very tight squeeze, though.
Ah
But yeah,
man,
you
all
could-
right, then I'll
you could
leave
do
it at Agatha's and I'll ask her to keep
Okay.
an eye on it because I gotta be quiet and this. I'll be like, Miss
course.
Agatha, this is not quiet and we don't want to fight these basilisks, so I'm just gonna leave this
We
here.
don't.
This is a smart idea. Yes.
What?
Beckett looks down in his chain shirt. He's like, should I also take
Well, I
this
thought we
off?
were trying to be like quick about it and not have a fight, so I was just gonna like try to be really quiet. But if we want to have a fight, then never mind. I will put my armor back on.
As long
Well,
as
I
we're
mean,
quiet.
It would probably be best to make it a quick in and out sort of stealthy thing, but with basilisks around, we should at least be prepared to fight, should we not?
I mean, I can
Probably.
still fight. I
Keep
just-
it on the boat. Just
So can I make a history check to see if I know anything about basilisks? I imagine I know like rudimentary information with my training, but I just want to like see if I.
Sure, you can make it a history check if you would like.
Okay,
They're cute.
they are cute.
I will say if Tremayne would like to too, because I'm assuming Tremayne would have done some like research on some basilisks.
Oh
when
yeah,
she was
that's my
making
Right,
her-
fighting
you are
name.
the
Then
basilisk.
you are the
Yeah.
basilisk.
Oh my god,
So
is this
if you
a
would like to,
is this
just
a nature check or like
no, this is a. Well, I will say either nature or history.
I'm gonna do
Your
history.
choice.
I got a 15.
22.
Nice.
I have a +4 to history.
If
Okay,
it's
so-
if it's nature for me as well, if I want.
You can do nature or
Okay,
history.
then that would make that a 18.
Okay. What would you all like? Is there anything specific that you're looking for, or just like general?
Basically want to make sure I know about the petrification problem.
Correct. Yes, you both would definitely know about the. You do not want to necessarily look at these creatures.
I feel like that's
Is it
why
look
I...
at them or look them in the eye?
Look at them in the
Okay.
general direction. You don't want
So
to.
Do
See them.
you all know about basilisks at all?
No.
Yeah, I kind of like picked them as like my kind of fighting persona just
Yeah.
because I am like, you know, I like just due to my marbly skin.
Oh yeah,
I
that was the
think-
same thing.
Yes, I
Forgot.
think that going in with a bit of knowledge in that front is probably going to be the best. So, basilisks can petrify you much like a Medusa can, so looking directly at them can be an issue. I would imagine it's going to be a problem even if we don't know we're looking directly at them, so the camouflage might make this rather tricky.
Thank you for the subscription, Mason McNewts. Welcome.
So we shouldn't look at them because they're really scary.
Oh no, they can like turn you to stone.
No, not like petrify, scare you. Like petrify, like turn you in, to like a statue, a stone.
Is that what happened to you, Tremayne?
Yes, it is.
Beckett's
Unfortunately,
smiling at her.
I was once a
It's just a
human.
tiny little knowing smile.
I was once a human woman, and I had the misfortune of looking at the basilisk, but at the last moment, it said, "You are so beautiful, I will stop being a cursed creature," and so it turned me, like, mostly to stone, but it spared my life, so I was not fully petrified, and that is how I became to look like this. Very
So-
sad.
Never heard of a basilisk being able to do that. That is quite interesting.
Yes,
know.
She kind of
so that-
looks
that
at
was
you with a smirk.
a very special basilisk because most will just kill you. So if anybody has the ability to, would I know with my 18 how to how petrification can be reversed within a certain amount of time?
Yeah, you also have oils that do it.
Yeah, we bought that.
Yeah.
So
So
Yeah.
we have the oils that can reverse the petrification. There's also, if the oils get lost or if we run out or whatever, there's also spells like restoration spells that can be used if it's done within a certain amount of time.
Good to know. Miss Agatha, could you let us know what this willow shade plant looks like so we know what to keep an eye out for?
That would be a pretty good looking statue.
Well, you have like scales, so like it might be very itchy.
I
You'll just
already
get
made a
stuck.
statue of you.
Oh yeah!
I hold up the little. I go into my bag and I pull out the little
The little
silver statue of
the
me.
anime girl Dumka statue.
It is a 1/6 scale replica figure.
Most of us were there when it was made.
that is very interesting. It looks really like you. It's awesome.
It has my little dimple.
I see.
Only on the right side.
Maybe you'll have to. Who made this?
I
Reksha
did.
Maybe I'll have to commission you to make me one. That is really cool.
I keep it with me always.
Well, the willow shade. You actually want the fruit from the willow shade plant. The willow shade is a more purplish plant with a very big size fruit that actually is on it. Like it's really big, and it has like these little like spines and stuff like that. The basilisks tend to like the fruit part of the plants, and
that's kind
they
of
typically they typically leave the actual plant alone, so it keeps making the fruit. Baskets are actually, a lot of people think they're not super smart, which some of them are not, but some of them are. They at least know what they're doing. So
Well then, do we need to know anything else? Should we go and get this done?
Let's get some fruit, I guess.
baskets are very protective of their young. So if you see any young ones, do not
Baby.
do not they will attack you.
Do the babies look different than the adults?
They're just very small basilisks.
They're not like a different color or something?
I don't know.
just
I'm gonna be
little-
honest.
like a
I've never gotten too close to a baby basilisk.
A
to
mini
be
mini
honest.
basilisk.
I mean, I don't think you would know what they look like because you can't look at them.
Beckett would never
Also
say
very
this,
true.
but Chel is saying, "Let's kidnap a baby basilisk."
Can you wait?
Derek and Star Wars.
Wait.
Can we
Dump
get-
all the
Great guard
necessary
dog.
creatures.
Can we get a mirror and look at them in a mirror?
I don't know.
Because how does everyone know what they look like if you can look at them? Like how I mean I was able to like
They're
get the
dead.
like I got the drawing of one and that's how Reksha made my suit of armor, so like can you look at this in a mirror?
This is a rumor. I'm not really sure if this works, but they say if in direct sun by Groovy, if you hold up a reflection of them in direct sunlight, they actually they think it's a rival, and they will use their gaze on themselves and then turn them to stone. So a lot of people have said that that's how they've gotten good looks of them is by studying themselves turning to stone.
Oh.
I mean, we have the oils, so if we wanted to test it, we could.
Mm-hmm. It would be a fun experiment.
Well, Groovy Bot
Yeah,
really just fully crapped out there.
I would still recommend just not don't even take the chance.
We're talking worst case scenario if we come
Of
across one and have no choice.
In case someone rolls a 1.
Exactly.
Rosa, what do you mean, Rosa 1?
It's like a dice game. They're like, oh,
Some dice upstairs.
okay. Are we taking the boat?
Yeah.
Jack's already out getting the boats ready.
Sure.
Okay.
You all did not. It's a little walk away from Agatha's, but it definitely they're still there when you get when you get back to the boats where you left them, and you have your two small canoes, you can, of course, split up to each one to where Saren is also just swimming alongside.
Yeah, she can swim.
But you all, it's very simple to follow the map that Agatha gave you, and eventually you do see the location marked on the map. So, how would you all like to proceed? There is a couple of different waterways that you all could approach from. There is a far right side, a small middle, a bigger, like a larger left side. The smaller sides would probably be about maybe 7 feet across, so you'd have to go single file with your boat through there. There are a few different bridges also that is built across these land masses to where you can also walk across if you want to do that instead.
I feel like the basilisks are gonna be in like the wider one because they can just like be wallowing. Is that just me? Like I feel like they're like hippos and they're gonna be like wallowing in the like the river.
I mean, yeah, hippos are dangerous, so let's avoid the hippos.
Should we go in like the narrow middle one?
Wait, which side's the wide one? Is that on the right
Left
or
side. Left side.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I
Of
know.
course, this is how like the map is looking. So like it's on the west side of where you all are basically. So
Okay.
I think we should go out the middle.
I agree.
All right.
Does anyone have any protests to going up the middle?
No.
Let's just try to be quiet.
I suppose.
I want to keep an eye out for movement. I guess it's really hard to not look at the thing making the movement, but like if I see like ripples in the water, rustling of leaves, anything like that, I want to keep an eye out for that.
okay, easy enough. Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
14.
All right, I'll keep that in mind as you head forward. As of right now, rowing through this small channel, you do not see any signs of basilisks. You do see animal life, like you see a small like frog hop away, some lizards, a few snakes, that kind of stuff. You do see animal life here. You do also notice that the smaller, at least the one that you're in right now, isn't super deep.
Okay.
It's deep enough to where your boats aren't getting stuck, but they're not. If you had a bigger boat, you don't think you could probably fit through here. But as you all are approaching, this kind of curves a little bit, and then you come to a bridge. You can go under the bridge if you want. Or you can stop here. Who's keeping an eye out? So you had a 14. Does anybody else want to make a perception check for me? This isn't necessarily to see danger. This is looking for like the plants.
I'll keep an eye out for the plants.
Okay, so go ahead. You two, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Beckett's just going to be focusing on looking for danger and navigating them through.
Okay.
17, and I'm also gonna roll a stealth check.
Yeah,
I'll get stealth. I'll get stealth checks for you all from you.
Yeah.
Natural one from me, dog, but it makes sense.
Okay.
Oh, buddy, mine's a 17 perception.
So, Zach, off in the distance,
Yeah.
about, let me see, about 35 feet away, you see sprouting out of a base of a tree, a sizable plant that has a few of these fruits sticking out from it. It's a purplish plant. The plant seems like they do have like thorns on them, and there's a few fruit on top of these plants that fit the description of what Agatha had mentioned.
Nice. All right, I'll kind of gesture to my party towards them. Want me to go snag a few?
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, yes, but... How far away are we from them?
About 30 feet. This is, if you can... You could get closer if you wanted. You all are about to go underneath the bridge. From right here, before going underneath the bridge, you're about 30 feet away.
If we get a bit closer, I can make you, like, extra stealthy.
I could.
You have to stay within 30 feet of me, though.
I could pluck like one at a time from here with my hand.
You know what? Let me just... I grab some of the mud, and the mud, like, ripples a little bit, and I cast Pass Without a Trace. I'm using it. I'm just gonna do that.
You cast Pass Without Trace.
Yeah.
That's everybody. Okay.
Is it the it's the fruit? The fruit that she needs?
The fruit is what she needs, yes.
Yeah.
And there's a few pieces. How high is this bridge? Like, do we have to duck or like? can we
You
go
all would
under
have to. You all would have to duck to go underneath of it, but you could fit underneath. It's like one of those. It's like the gondolas sometimes. Like I forget.
Yeah.
Is it Italy?
Italy,
Where
yeah.
you have to duck under sometimes. It's kind of like that, depending on like the water
height.
level. But yeah, you could fit underneath it. Just you'd have to duck down.
I think
Do you
we should...
want me to see if? Do you want to see if I can grab one?
Reksha,
Oh.
you are 40 feet away because unfortunately you were on the second boat.
Mm-hmm.
I was assuming since Zach and Beckett were looking out for stuff, they're up in the front.
Yeah.
You and
Mhm.
Reksha are in the second boat behind, so you're about 40 feet away.
Okay.
I think we should get a little closer and just grab a bunch.
Alright. Okay.
I just wanna get a lot of them and see what happens.
I lay down in the boat to go under the tunnel.
Okay, so you all are going underneath the boat or underneath the bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, underneath the boat.
All right.
Going
So
underneath the boat.
how close do you all want to get in the boat?
How close do you want to get?
What do you mean how
As
close?
you all
I'm
are
behind you
moving,
guys.
as you all are moving closer, if you go about 10 more feet
Yeah.
forward,
Yeah.
you'll start to lose sight of the plants because there is a giant like boulder that would block your path.
Oh, like we'd be getting closer and it
Oh,
would be like we can see
Yeah.
over it now, but
Yeah.
Question.
This will probably be easier. I'm just gonna move you all to a map,
Yeah.
Oh.
and
Oh.
you all can see what
let me sign
I'm
in to
talking
roll
about.
20.
So,
If I'm within
Um,
30 feet, I can start plucking them with
can
my
you
hand.
all see what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the fruit are
Okay.
here.
So like that. No, the plants are here.
Oh, the plants
Over
are
here
there.
at this, yeah. So basically, if you all moved forward, you see it would block your sight with this boulder, so you wouldn't be able to see. Dumka and stuff would be able to see still.
I
but-
think this is the perfect like spot to be right next to this boulder, so then people can jump up on the boulder and go to the plant, and then jump back.
yeah,
That's
the
just
boulder's
me.
probably about 10 feet high, but you could climb it.
I was either gonna climb the boulder or jump up on the bridge and just yeet over. Like as we're going under the bridge to just.
Yeah, you guys can go climb up. I can start just plucking some of them with my mage hand.
Yeah.
All right, I
We'll
will.
stay near Tremayne.
Derek, I will attempt to climb the bridge as the boat's going under it. I'll
Okay,
try
so
to...
the boats are gonna go forward. You're gonna get up on the land.
Yeah.
Okay. So and the boats, you all want to go forward towards the boulder. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
All right. So you all move forward. I think Dumka, you're in range now.
Yep.
Especially if you switch places with Reksha, which you all could do. It's just going to be a little precarious to do so, but you would be able to see.
It's like I stand up and then like.
Yeah.
Waddle.
All right. So I want everybody
me
to
a
go
little
ahead and
pat
make
on the back.
stealth checks.
At a plus 10.
People that are in the boat still have disadvantage already. So
Disadvantage.
I already had a disadvantage.
plus
That
10.
means nothing to me.
yeah, but it's still plus 10. Yeah, so Zach, you're at normal.
It actually got lower.
You rolled a 5 before.
I rolled a 5 before and it got low.
Oh.
So, with a plus 10, that's a 14.
19.
Hey, I actually didn't roll too bad.
I rolled a 5 and a 3.
So 24 plus 10 is 34.
34. Correct.
22.
Okay. Okay.
What did you do? Did you get a nat 1?
Okay. Also, I need one from Saren.
Okay.
She is in the water, so I would say she would probably actually have an advantage on this. So
Nice.
Okay.
It's me waddling around.
So
I'm like,
it wasn't at 1.
Okay.
But
What's the
that
total,
makes it
though?
a 4.
okay, so 14.
So, oh no!
Did you just roll 2 nat 1s?
Yeah!
she has advantage.
She does have advantage.
They rolled 2 nat
True,
1s.
true, true.
Oh,
She has
okay.
advantage. Yeah, she's in the water.
Okay, I forgot about the advantage.
Yeah.
I saw that 1 and I was like,
I've never seen Chel go.
This is very murky water, so.
12. So
Okay.
not great, but
Was that with the plus 10 though?
Yeah, she gets a plus 10 also.
She still gets
so
a 2.
22 and then 14 for me.
Okay. So,
forgot about
Zach,
that.
are you
No,
going
oh.
towards this boulder, or are you going straight towards
I'm going
the
straight
plants?
for the fruit,
Okay, cool. Good to know.
and I'm
You-
holding a. No, I won't hold the spell. I'm preparing darkness if I need to throw it on something, but at the
Okay.
moment I'm okay.
All right, so you head
It's
up towards the
actually
plant,
Yes.
and as you get there, you start to notice that these do have very a lot of spines, a lot of like different things that looks like kind of like a cactus,
Oh, fun.
but instead of a lot of small tiny needles, it's very like big
Big boys?
like, yeah, big needles, and there's not a whole bunch of them, but it does look like it would hurt if you were to mishandle these plants.
This
Now
is
the
probably not gonna help much, but I think just because it's Zach, he put on his long black dark phoenix gloves and just go in
Okay.
for it.
And the fruit does have those like little spines that look like spines, but when you touch them, they're actually they're
Flimsy.
they're malleable. They're not actually
Gonna poke through.
hard. They're not going to poke you. Yeah.
Hairy fruit.
Do I need to make some sort of check to not get stabbed?
Yes, I need you to make me a sleight of hand check for me.
Oh, wow. Okay. Watch me roll a 1. Oh! No, I didn't roll a 1. So that is a 27.
Yeah, that's easy enough. You start to grab some of these fruits and start to put them in some kind of bag that you have. Dumka, you also send out your mage hand to start also helping pick some of these fruits. Is anybody else doing anything, or just staying in the boat, keeping an eye out? Is that what everybody else is doing?
If I'm needed, if anybody needs me to do anything, I'll do it. But he's
Okay.
basically, he wants to keep an eye out for potential danger.
I will say that Beckett and Tremayne currently do not have line of sight of Zach because
Could
of the
I-
big boulder in the way.
Could I have asked for the willow shade oil, and if anybody, and I could say if anybody starts getting petrified, just yell, and I will come and I'm gonna be waiting to apply the willow shade oil to somebody. Can I do that?
Zach would probably leave the bag of the willow shade oil and all the other oils that we got from her in the boat.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know how this
Yeah,
works,
'cause
but
If you all remember, you have to use it within a minute, and it takes an action to use it.
yeah.
Mhm.
Just so everybody knows how the willow shade oil works, just in case
Okay.
you all do need it.
Yep.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you.
And that is on D&D Beyond if you want to look them up.
Yeah, I have it in my
So-
sheet.
Yeah, keep it on your inventory, Kristy, but just
Okay.
know that I'm waiting to run
You're-
to.
you're
I'm
okay.
basically holding a dash to get to somebody, and then applying it after.
Okay. But yeah, did Beckett, Tremayne, did you all want to move to where you all can see Zach, or did you all want to stay in the boat?
Yeah, I'll first turn to everybody and I'll be like, I don't like that I can't see him from here. I'm going to
You could climb the
just
boulder if
get
you
line
like.
of sight, if
Okay.
that's all right with everyone.
All right. So did you want to go around the boulder, or did you want to get up on top of the boulder?
I'll climb on top.
Okay. Easy enough to do. I will say that it has a mossy outside, so it is very slippery. So you think if you're in combat, this will take some kind of check to make sure
Okay.
you don't slip and fall.
I'll keep
But
that in mind.
since we're not in combat, you can easily get up there without any issue.
Okay.
Tremayne, did you want to move to where you have line of sight, or you stay on the boat?
Well, so I have Earthwalk, so difficult terrain made of earth or stone doesn't cost me extra movement. So I will literally just stay by, like, the boats, but, like, maybe just stand in some mud, and I'm, like, literally there just vibing and, like, not getting sucked into the mud. I'm, like, just, like, and I'm just waiting, but I want to keep an eye on the boats, because I don't want them to get messed up.
Yeah. And then Reksha and Dumka staying on your all's boat?
Basically just on standby in case something happens.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool. So I have everybody set just in case. This will take a little bit of time to collect all the fruit, if you all want to collect it all. Depends on how much you all want to collect. There's actually a lot of different plants here that looks like there's a lot of fruits here also.
I think we should set Miss Agatha up for a long time, if we can.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
It's gonna
I
take
think
about 10 minutes to collect all of it.
Let's do
Sound
it.
good?
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
do it. Let's risk
And I'll
it.
keep an eye.
I'll mage hand.
Alright.
I'll pluck the high ones.
I am going to have Beckett. You're going to
Beckett.
make another perception check for me.
Okay.
Reksha, make another perception check for me. And then Tremayne, you can also make one.
Better.
While the other two are picking the fruits.
Okay, that's not too bad. Oh, that's really not too bad. I forgot I have a +6. 17.
Okay.
21.
Okay.
7.
Okay. So unfortunately, Tremayne does not see anything. I also will need another sleight of hand from Zach. One more. And Mage Hand doesn't... Can it take damage? Like, does it matter if it...
It can't take damage.
Okay, so then, yeah, you don't need to make one.
Okay, it's not my best, but it's a 17.
Yeah, you're fine.
Or-
You're able to keep your hands from pricking any of these large spines on these the plant. About 8 minutes in to the process of getting all these fruits, both Beckett, you see, but Reksha, you unfortunately don't see where this. You can hear in a general direction, but you don't necessarily see the thing that made this sound.
Okay.
You hear a kind of what it would sound like something coming up from the water and then going back down, made like a little sploosh.
Mm.
And at the same time, Beckett, you also did see. Let me get these. You see a little head poke up from the water.
It's a masculine.
You do. You see the little like top part of the head and its nostrils stick up from the water. Kind of notice that something is messing with the plants. Doesn't necessarily see Zach yet because he's on the opposite side and he rolled a really good stealth check. But they have noticed that something is messing with these fruit plants that they like.
So
they're
like,
coming to check it out, basically.
stage whisper, Zach.
So you hear that, and you see Beckett kind of like motioning towards you.
Alright, I'll like pull the sack tight and kind of shuffle back a bit, I guess. Back and pressed against the boulder.
Yeah, he's like, come back around. I'll jump down from the boulder and like hide with him.
Okay, go ahead and make me another stealth check this, Zach.
Oh,
You still get your
okay.
+10.
Should
I
I
will
make
say
one
this
too?
is
'Cause I
probably
jumped
at
down.
disadvantage.
Disadvantage,
Yes.
okay.
Beckett, yours would be normal. Just a normal check. But Zach, since you were out in the open, I want to say this is a disadvantage.
I rolled a nat 20 that time, so we
Okay.
made up for that nat 1.
Yeah, you're fine, yeah.
So that's a 33.
Okay.
Quietly to Zach while he's rolling this, he'll just say, something saw you. I just wanted to be safe.
Okay, so just confirming I have passed without a trace.
You do have +10 still.
Okay.
What did
Because I
you...
rolled a 3, +8, +10. So that's like a 22.
That's not bad.
22.
Or
Okay.
21.
Oh my god.
Whew.
Woo! Woo! If I didn't have that pass without a trace, that would have been really bad. That would have been 11.
Check something for me really fast.
Their passive perception is 37.
No, their eyes are made of rocks. They don't see anything.
Yeah, they are not very perceptive. So, even with their natural 20, they did not see you, Zach.
You rolled a 3 and they rolled a natural 20 and they
Yep.
didn't see you.
How?
Pass without a trace.
Yeah, pass without a trace is very good.
Holy shit! Thank you, Tremayne.
So you start to see these 3 basilisks, and I'm gonna say you're up here, Zach. So you see these 3 basilisks start to move towards the plants, and they start to like flank it because
All right.
this one actually gets very close to where Beckett and Saren is hiding.
Okay.
So Beckett's like,
Yeah.
Okay.
Luckily, they do not see you. And as of right now, you can look at them without having any effects
Cool.
because they have to use like their ability on you all. So technically, you all could look at them right now.
Okay,
Uh,
well, since I can technically look at it, I'm going to give us a little bit of a head start here and cast darkness over the plant. So they all get enveloped in darkness and they can't see us, and I'm gonna back the fuck up.
How
That's
big-
actually
how
really
big is-
good.
How big is
Darkness, I think, is 20-foot sphere. Let me check.
yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay, 1 second.
Child,
15-foot radius sphere.
that cake is cursed.
So it's 30 feet across.
15-foot.
Radius.
15-foot radius.
Okay. 1 second, I gotta load something. Yeah, it's taking forever to load. Sure. Yeah, you cast darkness on this like centering on the tree so it gets everybody, gets all the
Yeah, I'm getting all 3 and kind of grabbing like Beck and us hopping off the other side of the boulder
Okay.
as I hop down.
I'm
Yeah.
going. I'm in.
Yeah.
So you have this darkness around. You all immediately start hearing like a hissing, like guttural sound of these things. It's a little too big or a little too small. There we go.
Yeah.
So you start hearing these like hissing, guttural like groans as these creatures are now enveloped in this darkness, and they start to you start to hear like small little footsteps as they're searching for whatever this whatever like caused this.
Are they cute, like little plaps though, like a duck? Or...
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh!
You also hear some higher pitched ones too.
Babies?
You could assume that they might have some
Let's
babies.
get out of here. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, Beckett will join
Okay.
Zach.
Oh.
And just be like, we gotta go.
Yeah, so you all make your way back to the boat. So now you all have to go forward unless you all want to start paddling backwards.
I think we
Wanna
want to
go
go back. I think
backwards?
we want to go backwards the way we
I
came.
wanna go back.
Yeah.
I mean, can we like sit backwards in the boat and like go
Yeah.
forward?
Right.
Yeah, you could, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, if it's like a canoe,
Okay.
then we just
yeah. All right, so you all start
Up
going
pace.
backwards.
Reksha's at the front now.
How long does darkness last for?
10 minutes.
Okay, good.
Nice.
Drow magic, beach.
All right, so let me roll something really fast.
Can I are there like rocks? Could I like throw a rock in the water like opposite, like near where they came out of, so they hear a sound
Good
over
idea.
there?
Oh, that's a good
Actually,
idea.
let me look at my spells really quick. It might,
Yeah, you
it
can do
might be
that.
something I can do.
Yeah,
There's
like
plenty of things there's plenty of things you could throw.
I
here.
have thaumaturgy. Can I like throw some sound that way too?
Sure. Which way you want to throw it? Like over here?
So we're going backwards. We're
Yeah, you're
kind of
going-
going,
you're-
and I want to
oh.
kind of toss the sound forwards, like as if we
Yeah,
had
you're
kept
gonna be going
going.
this way. So.
Yeah,
Like
I want
over-
to kind of toss the sound as if we had kept going, so in the opposite direction that we are currently going.
Okay. Sure. Yeah,
just
you can
like-
do that.
General. I'll just make my voice. I'll just say something out loud and make my voice kind of boom, and throw sound.
Sure. Yeah, that's you can totally do that.
Yeah. Cool.
All right. So.
Forgot I had thaumaturgy.
Hold on. Get rid of some stuff really fast. Okay. So, you all start to see. Gotta add the other things to the overlay.
Baby.
Little babies start coming out of the water. Of course, you all can't see this because of the darkness, but you all start to hear a sploosh as it sounds like two creatures go into the water where you made this sound, as they both jump into the water over here. Now, however,
Oh no.
one of them is going out this way,
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
and as you all are making your way this
Hard.
This individual, this one over here, sees you all on your canoes
Uh-oh.
and lets out this loud hissing, and then you start to hear more hissing from the other creatures.
Damn, no, that's
So what's the
not our
plan?
business.
Are you all should we go into initiative, or are you all just trying to escape?
Escape.
Do we fight or
Escape.
do we run?
Escape.
I think we
Escape.
run.
We need
We
to
run.
run.
We got
I think we need to run, yeah.
Any fruit. That old lady said.
We got the fruit. Let's
We
fucking
got
run.
the yeah.
We've got some
Into
fruit. I think
overdrive.
let's just. I'm gonna keep tossing
Siren?
thaumaturgy. I'm gonna, as we go, I'm gonna keep tossing thaumaturgy and just like voices or like whispers, just in different random directions.
Sure.
We're like Rowan, and Dumka goes, Beckett, where's Saren?
Siren is behind you swimming.
Okay, come on.
Oh,
She's
Yeah.
here. She's fine. She's here.
Yeah.
okay.
She's following. So
She
this
would
is what
never
we're gonna
not
do.
follow. Don't worry about her.
This is what we're gonna do. We're going to each boat needs to make an athletics check. You all can either both make one, like the boats can either make one as a group, so with advantage, or each person can make their own. Of course, with the second boat, Tremayne, Zach, and Beckett are all on there, so you can either choose two people or you can give one person advantage.
I am pretty
Hey.
athletic.
Give it. Yeah, give
I
it
was
to
gonna
Tremayne.
say Tremayne can give
Okay,
Tremayne.
so Tremayne,
advantage.
go ahead and make me an athletics check for the other boat.
I'm giving Reksha advantage.
All right, Reksha, go ahead and make me an
Okay.
athletics check.
Yeah,
then.
alright, I don't trust that dice, because that one was
See
a
how fast you all are rowing away.
Oh, easy, 25.
Okay.
I love you. It's just a workout. It's just the like, yeah. It's
Wait.
just all chest.
23. The first one was a
Nice.
natural 3, so it's a really good thing I had advantage.
Man. Listen to these rolls really fast. We have a 5, an 8, and a 9.
Oh, honey.
Their little duck feet just like cannot compare.
You see this one that saw you all after making that loud noise,
Uh-huh.
runs over here, gets on the bridge, jumps into the water, and then vanishes into the water.
Oh no.
And then you don't see any of the other ones come back out from the other side because the darkness is in the way. So
Yeah, I'm holding it. I'm holding it
Yeah.
there. I want them confused.
But yeah, you all start rowing. You're as hearts out to get away from these things, and as you get back down to this like intersection, no sign of anybody,
Oh no.
and you continue on. And it doesn't seem like
Oh.
any of these basilisks were fast enough to keep up.
I think
Either that, or once you all got out of their area, went back to check on their babies. So.
I think that
As of
we
right now.
are out of immediate danger.
Did we
As
get
of right now, it does seem like you're out of immediate danger.
How
how
much
much-
fruit did we get?
Yeah, how much food did we get from Miss Agatha?
I opened the bag. I looked
you-
inside.
You look
Whenever
inside.
I was mage handing.
Yeah, you all got a good like portion, probably about 20 of these fruits.
Oh,
And
nice.
these are big and they're very they take a long time to harvest out of
I
the
think
plant. So you gotta be
This
very
pays
careful.
for our
So,
room and board. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
so
What if it takes 500 fruits to make one bottle of the oil?
Oh, that would
Then
suck.
Miss Agatha is the strongest old woman that I have ever known in my life.
Does she do this on her own? Is that what
Yeah.
she's trying?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What she said.
I think
she's a badass.
she
Does she
probably
climb the tree?
or maybe she has a little stick, because she said that she used a stick to push the alligators away or crocodiles, I don't remember.
yeah, it's one of the two.
And maybe she uses a little stick to grab the fruit.
It's possible.
I don't know.
Someone in this town needs to help her. Not to say that she's incapable, but my goodness.
I mean, and why don't you see an old woman going out into the swamps and dealing with basilisks and not go, oh, maybe she should get some assistance?
I would imagine it's a cultural thing.
Probably.
She's been doing it all her life. People assume she can handle herself, and she's been handling
True.
herself. Just
Yeah, she
fine.
seems to be pretty independent and pretty stubborn and
And
seems to get the shit done.
I mean, also when people were going out into the swamps and vanishing because the blood was getting sucked from their bodies, immediately, everyone was just kind of screw them. So maybe that's just the people here.
Yeah.
But
Alright, let's get this back to her.
Yeah.
That's what's
And
up.
then let's go home. I miss my bed
Yeah.
in the warehouse.
I do.
Alright, so yeah, you head back to Agatha's house. What do you want with the boats?
Fuck these boats.
God, honestly,
It's gonna be harder
Agatha.
than you know, last time.
No.
Agatha?
Honestly, I'm not even against stealing the boats. It's just that we can't put them anywhere.
I said we just leave him with Agatha if she needs it.
Okay, yeah, you could pull the boats up close to her house.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Can we
I
take
Yeah,
think
so
it might make retrieval of these easier for her in the future
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
You all do remember that she said that she enjoys the walk.
Well, she's old and she's
Well,
probably
yeah,
really
she's
old.
old.
you
Forever, Derek.
Grandma's got arthritis, alright?
Knees are gonna give out eventually.
Yeah, eventually she's not going to be able to make the walk, so.
Yeah.
get
And
me
also,
to
she
her.
might need to she needs to teach an apprentice. Then maybe she'll need the boat to
Yeah.
take them places.
Yeah.
So
So we give her 2
Or
boats.
she can sell them for money. Whatever she wants to do with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, so you pull up close to Agatha's house, pull the boats onto the shore so they don't, of course, float away, and then make your way back up to her home.
Knock.
Where you
knock,
find
knock,
her-
Knock.
Hello? You don't have to knock. It's a shop.
knock.
We've returned.
It's you all definitely didn't have to knock, but I appreciate the gesture.
Is there?
It's the front part of her house is a shop. It's an alchemy shop.
Listen, I'm tired. Leave me alone.
We're allowed to enter. We're the vampires now.
She starts to look through the bag. Oh wow, this is a lot that must have the fruits the basilisk must not have gotten to them yet. So this is a very good haul.
So
Thank
I have
you-
a question.
thank you so much.
Out
Yeah?
of curiosity, how many fruits does it take to make one bottle of the oil?
It depends on the person making them, but I only use about 2 fruits per oil.
Alright,
That's pretty good. 10.
that's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just good
10
mileage.
bottles.
You actually you see, and she actually she pulls one of the fruits out. You see the reason why it takes 2 is you see these little spines.
Yeah.
This is actually the extract that I use for the oils. The fruit is actually just good to eat. All I need is the spines.
Wait, how good to eat?
I mean, I personally like. I have heard that they are an acquired taste, but I personally quite enjoy them. Just make sure you don't eat the spines. That is kind of poisonous. Don't do that.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely very tart, and has like a very like acidic taste to it. It's like almost biting into like a lemon orange lime hybrid almost.
That sounds delicious.
It does.
Mm.
This
But
is
it's
so much
very,
citrus.
it's very,
It's five
it's
alive
very
in a
sour.
fruit?
It's very
Dumka's
sour.
like, I think
It's-
Dumka
it's a-
can handle something.
It's a little furry on the outside. So it's a little off-putting.
You
But
could probably make a very delicious like lemonade type drink out of this.
oh, I have before. It makes a very good drink. You can also make
You
a
know-
nice like pastries and stuff like that with it. It's very good.
You know, you could probably sell. Do you sell the fruit as well, or do you just eat it?
I typically give them out to people
You
as
could
like
probably
a
sell it
as like
as
a
well.
little
It's
as like
so
a little
nice.
bonus, especially if they're like patrons of the shop. I give them little, you know.
You're so
treat.
nice. You're the nicest woman that I've ever met.
Well, thank you.
Don't tell them all that.
There's a reason why my
Next to
shop
my
is
mo-
stayed
next
open.
to my mother. My mother is a very nice
Oh, of
woman.
course. Yes, of course. Your mothers always come first. But thank you for this. This is amazing.
It was our pleasure.
I have some food made for you. If you would like to eat it here, you can do that. Or you can take it on the road. It's up to you.
Dumka's just like rolling in his head. Oh my god. Dumka's never like had a like grandma experience where they
Aw,
just
buddy.
keep feeding you.
This definitely gives off grandma vibes.
Kid, why aren't you eating?
She's just Italian.
Yeah.
I
So-
think we can share one last meal with you
Yeah.
before we leave.
Mhm.
It's only fair.
Well, after that, I will walk out. I'll see you all out of town. I have to make a trip to a friend, so.
Hmm.
But yeah, you all eat lunch. You all eat
Did
lunch.
you just say like you were suspicious of her?
No.
Not a booty call. Leave her alone.
Or she's
well-
a witch going to see another witch.
I'm fine with that, honestly.
Yeah, she was
More
nice.
power
So
to her.
she was not the problem we were sent here to solve.
Yeah, she wasn't problematic witch. She's fine.
But as you all are eating lunch, she actually despines one of these fruits and then cuts it up and then actually gives a whole thing of this fruit. And this is they're very big fruits, so like it's a good size like portion serving of this, and gives it to you all to take on your journey. Just make sure you eat this. It's not going to keep very long, so make sure you eat it like tonight or tomorrow morning at the latest.
We will.
But she grabs a little like another to go like plate or like this like container that she had last night too, and well, I'll walk you out of town, and you won't start walking back through Oath.
Thank you
So-
for everything.
I'm going to try to sneakily, like a little pouch, like leave it like on the table as she's leaving the house so she doesn't see me do it.
Okay.
That's got 10 platinum in it.
Go ahead and make
Aw.
a sleight of hand check.
Uh, 12.
So you lay this pouch down, and as you all exit, she locks the door behind you all, and you all start making your way through the town.
Okay.
I have a question. What's everybody's passive perception?
Blake,
8.
it's 16.
16.
Ken.
Zach, you were muted when you said it.
17.
Okay. So, you all keep walking down this town, and you get to a point where she stops. This is as far as I go. This is my friend's tavern. And you look up, and there is a sign to a tavern that says Salty's Tavern.
Oh, it is her boyfriend.
Mm.
It was a
She's like an old
pleasure.
sailor.
It was a pleasure to have you all stay at my house. I very much hope to see you all again and to hear how your adventures go. So please stop by anytime you want.
Thank you.
My
Thank
house will always
you.
be open to you all.
Be
And she
safe.
actually she goes by and gives each of you all a hug as long as you all, approve to the hug.
Yeah.
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 Beckett's probably awkward about it, but he'll give her a hug.
Okay. She gives Reksha a bigger hug than the other people
Wow.
and kind of
Aw.
whispers to Reksha, "You will be okay." And kind of gives you a back.
Don't cry.
She enters the building, and as she does, you all get a strong smell of salt from inside this tavern.
The name is apt.
Very strong smell. But yeah, you all start to leave the town.
Damn it, there's a really small part of me that wants to just look in the window and just peep.
And if you want, there are windows here.
No. That's Kristy, not Zach.
Yo, this is Salty Pete's origin story from the pickle vendor from the carnival. He's a time traveler, and this is his origin story.
Salty Pete.
Salty Pete, the pickle guy.
The guy whose name isn't Salty Pete.
Well, you know what? Even if his name isn't Salty Pete in Waterdeep, he's the pickle guy in both worlds, apparently.
Beckett will tell everyone, as thanks, I left behind some gold for her on her table. Hopefully she got it.
That's very nice of you.
She deserves
I
it.
knew she wouldn't take it from me if I offered it, so...
Yeah, that makes sense. She's very nice.
Yeah, she deserves it.
You
Alright.
all leave Oath the way you all came into the city. And the first day of travel is quite nice. The sun's out, nice day. But you actually get out of the Oath Moors. You make good time on this first day. And you actually get out of the Oath Moors. And you start to set up camp for the night ahead. As you all do, Beckett, you find the pouch attached to your back.
God, she's a ninja old lady.
As it seems when she gave you a hug, she put your pouch back
I thought
onto
he was
your
in the
belt.
clear!
Reksha kind of like raises an eyebrow.
Yeah, he
Maybe-
like holds it up.
Right. Maybe she's a lot more capable than we thought.
Appearances could be
I
deceiving.
don't think
suppose.
she's necessarily incapable, I just worry.
Well played, Agatha. Well played.
Maybe
rolled
she
really
should
high.
get it. Maybe we should hire her.
Yeah, maybe we should her for the Iron Line. Damn.
I will say on the first day of travel, Beck is probably pretty quiet in a contemplative sort of way. Until camp.
So you all start making camp for the night, and it is a very bright night outside this evening. The moon is quite large, or the moons are quite large, and there doesn't seem to be much clouds. We are going. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, while we're traveling, Tremayne is just, trying to, distract, and just, talk about stuff that Reksha would like. So she's just, talking about, a different, fight things that she's had and where, she would, if she had the maul, how she would have used it in, different situations. Because, he already, learned how to use it, but she'll just, talk to him about, theoretical situations at the fucking mall. I don't know. She's trying to talk to him about fighting and not other things,
Yeah, he's listening. Just, he'll respond in kind too. He would be like, yes, when we were fighting the vampire, I tried to, but I don't think that's quite working out for me, so I'm going to try a different approach.
Yeah, it's because
Blah, 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 blah.
you're much taller, so you need to do blah 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 blah.
So, as you all make camp for the night, everybody starts to go to sleep at their own times. who are you all keeping watch, or are you not keeping watch?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Beck will
Zach-
at least.
That can
We're
take
gonna
2 watches.
We're gonna have a watch set up for tonight. So, Zach's taking first watch.
I'll take first 2.
First 2, okay.
Yeah.
Beckett only needs to trance, so he can take 2 watches.
Okay, so
Oh.
it could be split between Zach and Beckett if you all would like.
Sure.
I mean, if you all want to jump in and like sit with them,
Yeah.
of course you can. But technically, you would only need them 2.
I'm sleeping the whole thing through.
Elf
Okay.
boys for the win.
I'll be getting up at some point.
I think Reksha would get up at.
So Beck will trance for the first 2 watches, and then he'll take the last
Let's do it.
watch.
Okay. Reksha, what did you say that you were doing? Because you kind of froze there.
He'll get up at some point during the watch just to keep someone company if they want it.
I will too.
All right. So, we'll say, how about one of you all get up like halfway through the second watch, and then the other one gets up halfway, or like at the beginning of the third.
Yeah.
Sound good? So, Kristy, go ahead and make me a perception check. And actually, Beckett, you can too. Go ahead and make me one also.
Let's do my nighttime day.
This is at night. Do you all have a campfire?
I have dark vision.
Well, yeah, but you're still.
120 feet.
I would say maybe we would have a campfire, like an actual fire going. At least this is what Beckett would suggest. At the beginning of the night, so that we can
Okay.
like cook food and that kind of thing, but then we'll
Keep
let it
warm.
go down to kind of like embers, so that it's
Yeah.
still there to keep warm, but it's not like
Yeah.
super bright.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so then Zach's at normal. Beckett, yours would be at disadvantage
Okay. Why?
because of the darkness being.
I have dark vision.
Yeah, but it's the
Making perception checks in dim light, it
True,
still counts as
true.
dark
Yeah.
disadvantage.
18.
Yeah, I also got an 18.
All right. So your first part of the watch goes by uneventful. Eventually, one of the 2 other people get up and keeps you company, Zach. So if there's anything that you all wanted to talk about during that time, that would be the time. I don't know which one got up, but
I don't know who got up, but I'm
Yeah.
just chilling.
okay. So right, Beckett would also get up, and actually all 4 of you all are awake right at the same time, except for Tremayne. But Tremayne is just in her
Yeah,
tent
that's
or
right.
whatever, just knocked out. And
Beck is
you
quiet.
all have like small talk when you all are switching shifts and everything like that.
All right,
That is
taking in.
when technically, Beckett, you have your long rest, so you can go ahead and reset, even though technically I don't think you all used any of your
Yeah, I don't
stuff.
think so.
When you all start to hear someone yelling out in the distance, and
His ears will like twitch.
Oh,
someone running from a direction that isn't from the Oathmoors, but is like basically adjacent to it. You see a figure running in your direction, yelling, "Help! Help! Please! Please! Someone help!"
Beckett will
And
stand.
you see a individual running, cloak, but the hood is currently like blown back from him running. You also see a bow that looks like a bowstring his bowstring has been cut, and so it's basically inoperable, and a few quivers on his sides. And he is running towards you, and this is a tabaxi. Looks like a younger male tabaxi as he is approaching. He's got light brown fur, black outlines along the eyes, a kind of like a black and brown tail that's kind of striped, but not long ways horizontal, so it's like a little circles on his tail. And he's just wearing like normal leather armor and some like looks like some common clothes as he's running towards you all, yelling
Beckett,
help. And
He'll
soon after,
stand. Go ahead. Sorry.
Okay. Soon
No, you're
after,
good.
you also see 2 more shadowy figures running after him.
I was just gonna say he's gonna stand and he'll grab his bow. but he's like looking out.
Are the shadowy figures looking like they're like chasing him, or are they just running in the same general direction?
They're chasing him, and they actually have torches, and you see glimmering off the side they're carrying swords chasing this individual. But I think that is where we are going to end for this week.
I'm just like ready to go.
Right?
Man, I got no armor on. That shit takes like 20 minutes to put on. I'm gonna be naked.
You're also knocked the fuck out.
Yeah, I probably don't hear any of it.
I need to get the mage armor spell just to put on you in these situations.
I mean, I still have a pretty good AC because my dex is really good.
Yeah, I think that is where we'll end for tonight, and we'll figure out what is happening with this individual running at you all.
What is this
Next
cat?
time.
What is Catboy doing? What has he done? What war crimes has he committed?
Yeah, what is done?
Guys, don't forget to check out Little Dragon Corp and Cardboard Castle Games, as well as our streams every night of the week. We have Star Wars this week, so check that out.
Tomorrow.
Yeah. So it's gonna be a good time.
Yeah.
Oh god, next time on Waterdeep, we're gonna fucking die.
Yeah, we
No,
are.
we're not.
Next week, it's another Waterdeep episode.
Next week,
Yeah.
it's when Miko and Talus get murdered inside of this
Right?
house.
Well, yeah, like us,
Sarah,
the
and
rest of us
Frey.
are fine.
Yeah, Nova, Sarah, and Freya are fine. Miko and Talus are pretty much dead.
Yeah, the rest of you are like, let's go get some brunch while we wait for the others. Like, they know where to go, the usual place, and we're just like, blood splattered on the floor.
Yeah. So hopefully everybody enjoyed. We'll
Yay,
be back
yeah.
in 2 weeks to see what happens on Vigil. But make sure you turn in next week, of course, to see what happens on Waterdeep. So,
yeah, we
and don't-
outsmarted Basilisk Beach.
and don't forget to add your proficiency bonus, and we will see you all next time.
Love you, bye.
Love you, bye.
Bye.